Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Herbert to throw right away. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
That's caught by Tucker. 2 yards on the pickup there, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now Geno. And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Throwing now is Geno. Flush to him, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. A shotgun snap for Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Balled it to 26, 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton, he takes this for 3 to the 29.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
This now a 3rd and 4. Play action. It's Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jeremy Chin, so dangerous wherever he's at on the field, and that time he gets in there for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly senses run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. It's caught at the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
First carry of the game for Zamir White. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Zamir White, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton, and that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Herbert now. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Here's a 2nd and 8. A first carry for Najee Harris. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Flexing his muscle at the 30. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Geno now to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones.
And a loose football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down. If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Open man is Tucker.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
A dependable running back is a coordinator's best friend, someone you can trust in those situations to push forward and get the yardage you need, however possible.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down inside the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Here's Smith. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Smith. Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Off of play action, here's Smith. That's caught by Myers. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
White will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Carlson on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Up the middle they go. It's Hampton.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finding Harris over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
He finds his man complete. That's Hampton. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
Now Herbert with it looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 33 yards that time.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Here's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
This 2nd and 4.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Ladd McConkey.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Smith now to throw. Over the middle, he's got Myers. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. The final shot here before break. Smith.
Open man down the field. It's Bowers.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. But let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line. It's brought in by Harris. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
Now this one finds McCaffrey.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter, and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton. And very little room to maneuver. They'll get this down to about the 39. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing now is Geno.
To the sideline and incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, Loss of yardage ugly.
Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 37. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Back to throw, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3rd and 5.
Now Geno.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Here's Smith.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here with White. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Geno now to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
73 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll try the air now with Smith.
That one complete downfield to Thomas.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now Smith.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. To throw is Smith. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Here's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Smith. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Geno Smith, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Over the middle and caught by McCaffrey.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Herbert. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Herbert now. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Now Herbert off the bootleg.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Herbert off of play action. Short throw to Disley. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. In motion goes the tight end. Justin Herbert looking to pass. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a 1st down. Gotta love that efficiency.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Ladd McConkey.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So out come the Raiders.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
Now it's Smith. Being chased out left. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Now a handoff running through the middle.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Smith. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
And this one finds McConkey.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now, because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Hampton. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's 3rd down now. That one complete to McCaffrey.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out
And this game not quite over yet, and we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Third down and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Returnable here for Davis. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Herbert and the Chargers
down 28-20. A minute 36 to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10.
Herbert going to throw.
Short throw to Disley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Herbert.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. That is caught, and he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
Here's 1st down. Herbert to throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Max Crosby in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.